Hoo-yah!
So I just put a pretty big significant investment into Cardano. I've been doing a lot of research on Cardano. Cardano, I'm not sure exactly the right way to say it, but I believe the approach that they are taking is going to be massive in the future success of blockchain, specifically even as a currency. And a couple things that I really like. One is that they're even talking about having a debit card that is funded directly from your Cardano account. The second thing is the solution that they're proposing allows the network to grow stronger as more people join. So I wanted to just walk through and kind of talk about what they're showing, and I wanted to point some parts out on the website that I feel like you should watch, and I then want to go take a look at what range did I buy in at, what range is it at now, and do I still think that there's a big upside to it? And I also want to tell you the fears that I have. As with anything, there's a lot of risk involved. So don't take this as financial advice. To me, it's the technology that I'm most interested in. And I think Cardano is just on the brink of our moving up in the ranks. Okay, so first, it's a decentralized public blockchain and cryptocurrency project. Same as any other cryptocurrency. Fully open source, same as any other cryptocurrency. It's developing smart contract platform, which already exists to a certain degree. Seeks to deliver more advanced features than any protocol previously developed. Big statement there. It is the first blockchain platform to evolve out of a scientific philosophy and a research-first driven approach. The development team consists of a large global collective of expert engineers and researchers. So what I really liked when I started digging into the theme is they broke it down into what they see are the three generations of cryptocurrency. Number one, Bitcoin. Bitcoin kind of like re-envisioned the way that we do peer-to-peer exchange. Number two is Ethereum, which basically allows people to start and create their own currencies and almost like use Ethereum network as like a programming platform. And I think that might even been the word they used, but basically you can build on top of the Ethereum platform. And Cardano takes everything that they've learned from Gen 2 and Gen 1 and Gen 2 and adds scalability on top of it. And scalability is one of the things that if you guys have been following the press, that Ethereum has been having a really hard time with in the fact that the networks are just so clogged, and I've read reports that CryptoKitties alone was taking up 15% of the network, which is just mind blowing to me. It's absolutely mind blowing. So a couple other things. The other thing is I really like the dataless wallet. So I've actually pulled that down. I've created one locally, and it works just beautifully. And I think in the future, I've actually read that they want to be able to support more than just Cardano or ADA, which is the token name. But right now, it only supports ADA, and it actually is the only wallet that you can use for ADA. So you can take a look at the roadmap, and we're gonna load this up here so we can kind of take a look. So the launch of Cardano marks almost 2 years of research and a year of development. IOHK has developed and built a cryptocurrency technology stack of a completely new design with 100% new code. Now, this is another big thing to me because when you look at a lot of the projects out there, they're minor changes, where this is something massively built up. And I feel like it's actually trying to move the network, the cryptocurrency, the technology forward. And a lot of them are. A lot of them are just trying to capitalize on, you know, what they think is a surefire way to make money. So the one thing that I'm really also excited about is they actually have a mainnet that launched in September 29th, 2017. So that means this is actually active right now. A lot of the things that you are buying don't even exist yet, or you're buying on speculation. One such thing is BitClave, which I have actually bought a significant portion in that as well, but they don't have anything, nothing that I can download and look at yet. So we've got the kind of the roadmap, and it looks like they've even assigned the people that are actually working on each of the various projects. So we got the wallet back in, and you just keep going. You can go through and look at pretty much everything. Their next update is in 16 days, 9 hours, 38 minutes. All right, so that's all really good, but I wanted to show you something that is absolutely my favorite, and I haven't really seen it on other cryptocurrencies yet. Not to say it doesn't exist, because there are so many of them, but I love that they actually give you a weekly update of everything that's been accomplished. To me, this transparency is fantastic, because my fear is that you're putting all this investment into something, and then it could just become vaporware, which a lot of them have actually had happen to them. They even update the data lists. It looks like they're working with a plugin design continued with the Chrome extension API investigation. So, I mean, they're reporting on everything. They look at the tech support, like in the issues that are that are coming through. All right, so the other thing that I want to show is, what is Cardano? This video right here was the one that really sealed it for me. This individual was one of the ones that actually was on the founding team of Ethereum, Charles Hoskinson. And the way that he breaks down Cardano into the different channels and problems that it's trying to create, as well as the history of the blockchain technology, I would so recommend you just take an hour of your time. I think it was an hour of time. Let's just load it up here. 49 minutes and 51 seconds. So I actually rewound to this point here to take some additional notes. But I believe if you're going to invest in them, you should absolutely watch this video just to understand from a technology perspective. The Block Explorer is also a really cool, useful tool. So let me show you something here. So we go to the Genesis block. This sometimes takes a while to load. But if you go to the Genesis block, you can kind of see some of the information that you're gathering along the way in the transactions that are happening. I'm not sure if this is actually going to load correctly or not. It's such a huge amount of data that it's trying to pull down. And then, I guess the only other point that I wanted to bring up, so you can kind of see the coin address, the transaction ID, and if you click on one of these, it actually goes to blockchain.info, and you actually see some of the, well, it looks like an internal error on that one. Let's just see what this one does. Maybe that's not actually propagated through yet. Here we go. So that's the Cardano mainnet iohk.io Explorer. Alright, so I wanted to show you coin market cap. To me, this is what is one of the most exciting things. So we look at the top six. We got number one Bitcoin, number two Ethereum, number three Bitcoin Cash, which I know there's a big controversy going on with Bitcoin Cash versus Bitcoin. I am interested to see where that goes. I'm a little sad to see this drop. It was at 19 something yesterday, so we lost 5%. But anyway, Cardano is at 55 cents USD. And if I switch this to BTC, which is what I really care about, it's at 3,071 Satoshis. And you read Satoshis as in, like, just remove all the zeros and say 3,071. Now, I bought in at 2,561 Satoshis when the price was about, I want to say it was 43, 45 cents, something like that. So I've already got a pretty respectable gain on it. But I'm predicting within 2 months that this is going to be about $1.50. I think it's going to triple in price in 2 months. So I've put a significant investment into it. Now this could just as well go down to zero, but I really believe that Cardano could be number three at some point in the market cap. And if you think about that, it's not going to take much for it to get there. So I do want to talk about some of the concerns that I have. Number one, I really am not a huge fan of currencies that have a large amount of circulating supply. You know, I love that Bitcoin, the circulating supply is at 16 million. I love Ethereum being at 96 million. And Cardano is at 25 billion. Granted, there's an asterisk there. So there's just a massive amount of Cardano available. Whereas like Litecoin, it's 54 million. Now, if I click on this, for example, the total supply is 31 billion. That's astronomically high. Like that is mind-blowingly high. And that worries me because, but the thing that doesn't worry me as much is most of that's already in circulation. If this was an even larger number or this was a smaller number, I'd worry a little bit more. So you can kind of see here the place that I bought it was right around this lower point because I had saw this great shoot up and I wanted to wait for a nice correction. So I bought it right about, somewhere in this bottom. I think it was a little bit, not quite bottomed out yet. And you've already started to see a nice little surge up again. I mean, it does look like it's trending down a little bit again, which it might. We'll watch it over the next month or so. Anyway, I truly believe that you need to do your own research to understand these investments. But I think Cardano has a huge possibility to be one of the next, I think at least in the top three market capped, big cap cryptocurrencies. I think it I think it could pass Bitcoin Cash. I don't see anything supplanting Bitcoin. I could see Cardano in, if it triples in value, we're at 14 billion right now. That would put it in the number three spot. And that's what I'm predicting to happen. And sooner than later, look how close it is already to Litecoin. Look how close it is already to Ripple. It's not going to take much for them to jump into the number four spot. A double in price would put it at number five. Um, a little bit more than a double would put it at number four. I'm excited and I'm going to be watching this like a hawk. And I hope that in 2 months from now, I watch this video and I'm like, you were right, or maybe it goes down to 10 cents a share. Um, I was completely off, but I really hope that I'm informing you guys of something that's pretty cool because the technology behind Cardano is just so fascinating to me. I'd highly, highly, highly recommend you researching it and just learning about it, whether or not you want to invest in it or not. All right, guys, that's it for today. Peace out.